The galaxy was quiet. Too quiet. Far beyond Mars, in the cold darkness of space, the alien armada glided forward. Hundreds of massive warships moved in perfect formation, engines burning cold blue trails across the void. Their shields glowed like tiny suns. Weapons bristled along every hull. Every ship was deadly. Every ship was enormous. The commander of the flagship Void Tyrant watched the sensors closely. His eyes scanned the empty space ahead, expecting nothing. Humans were weak, primitive, and predictable. They had faced human colonies before. They knew how the species fought. They expected fear. They expected surrender. And yet, a tiny anomaly appeared on the sensors. At first, it was just a blip. Almost invisible. A faint, precise pulse. So small, most officers ignored it. "Commander," one officer said, pointing at the screen, "there is a signal. Very small, unidentified." The commander leaned closer, frowning. "Show me," he said. The signal pulsed again. Like a heartbeat. Then it moved slightly. Not random, but deliberate. It appeared in one location. Then another. Then vanished, only to reappear elsewhere. "What is this?" An officer whispered. "A human ship?" The commander's eyes narrowed. "Impossible. It is only one ship. One tiny vessel. It cannot affect us." The officers laughed. Some nervously, some confidently. "One ship? Against the entire armada?" "They will die before we even reach them," one said, but the commander remained silent. His gaze never left the pulsing blip on the screen. Something about it disturbed him. It moved with purpose. It seemed aware. On the human ship's silent resolve, hidden far beyond the alien fleet, Captain Elias Rook watched every reaction of the armada through intercepted sensors. He said nothing. His crew moved quietly, monitoring the alien fleet's every move. "They notice it," whispered a young officer. Rook nodded once. "Let them wonder. Let them panic. We reveal nothing." The alien fleet advanced confident, yet the signal continued to do its work. It split into multiple readings. It disappeared in one sector and appeared in another. The aliens tried to lock on, fire, scan. But the signal refused to be pinned down. "Commander, our sensors are failing." An officer shouted. "It is everywhere and nowhere." The commander slammed his claw on the console. "Impossible. This is only one ship. Track it." But the humans were already ahead. Silent resolve stayed hidden, controlling the battlefield without firing a single shot. Every pulse of the signal caused confusion, hesitation, and fear. The aliens' perfect formation wavered for the first time. Some ships fired at phantom signals. Beams and missiles struck empty space. The armada staggered. Confidence faltered. Fear began to grow. The young officer on silent resolve whispered, "Sir, it's just one ship. Can it really control all of them?" Rook's eyes never left the screens. "Yes," he said calmly. "One ship. One signal. That is all it takes to make a galaxy tremble." The aliens had no idea. Their most powerful fleet was faltering. They could not see their enemy. They could not understand it. They only knew one thing. Something had gone wrong. And far from Earth, a small human ship waited silently. Calm. Hidden. Perfectly in control. The first move had been made. And the war had begun not with explosions or fire, but with a single pulse of light that would throw an entire armada into chaos. The galaxy had just learned one simple, terrifying truth. Humanity fights smart, silent, and deadly. And it all started with one signal. The alien armada was supposed to be unstoppable. Hundreds of massive ships, shields blazing, weapons ready. But the mysterious signal had already changed everything. On the flagship Void Tyrant, alarms sounded across the bridge. Sensors blinked with impossible readings. Ships reported the signal appearing in multiple places at once. No one could lock on. No one knew where it was. "Commander!" An officer shouted. "It moves faster than our calculations. It appears everywhere." The commander's claws slammed the console. "Impossible. This is only one human ship. Focus all sensors." But the more they tried, the worse it got. The signal was not just hiding, it was controlling their perceptions. Ships overreacted, firing at empty space, breaking formation, colliding almost by accident. Commands shouted through the fleet contradicted one another. Chaos spread. On the human ship's silent resolve, Captain Elias Rook watched quietly. Every mistake, every misfire, every hesitation in the alien fleet had been predicted. The young officer at his side whispered, "They are panicking." "Sir, one ship just won and they can't control themselves?" Rook nodded. "Yes, let them stumble in their fear. Let them waste their energy. One signal is enough to break them." Across the Armada, alien officers shouted orders. Some tried to flank the signal. Others fired blindly at phantom readings. Confusion grew. Ships that were once proud and confident now drifted, lost in a web of false data. "Commander!" One officer cried. "We are losing cohesion. Ships are colliding." The commander gritted his teeth. "It is impossible. Humans are weak. We should crush them. Focus." But the humans were already ahead. Silent resolve did not need to fire a shot yet. Each pulse of the signal caused fear, hesitation, and error. The alien fleet fought shadows, not the real enemy. The young officer looked at Rook in awe. "Sir, they can't even see us. And they're falling apart." Rook's eyes were steady on the screens. "One ship. One signal. That is all we need," he said. "Humans fight once. We do not waste strength where it is not needed." The alien armada, the most powerful fleet in the sector, was faltering. Not because of firepower. Not because of numbers. Because one small human ship had outsmarted them. Chaos had begun. The armada was losing itself. And humanity was quietly winning. The alien fleet staggered. Ships fired blindly. Formation was broken. Confusion spread through every vessel. And yet, the humans waited silently. On the human ship's silent resolve, Captain Elias Rook finally gave the order. "One strike," he said. "Only one. Let's end this." A single projectile launched from the ship. It was simple, small, almost unnoticeable. Yet it carried decades of human technology and perfect timing. No flare, no sound. Nothing to warn the aliens. The flagship Void Tyrant was hit first. Shields failed instantly. Hull plates tore apart. Engines faltered. Officers screamed. What is this?" shouted one alien officer. Then the strike continued. Another ship disabled. Another gone. Every hit was precise, silent, and unstoppable. Entire wings of the armada were crippled before the aliens could respond. The alien commander's claws slammed the console. "Stop it! Where is it coming from?" No one knew. Every sensor failed. Every calculation proved useless. The human ship remained hidden, invisible, perfect. On silent resolve, the young officer whispered, "They can't even see us, sir." One ship. Rook nodded calmly. One ship. One strike. That is all humans need to change the battle. The armada panicked. Orders overlapped. Ships collided. Some fired at phantom targets. Confidence shattered completely. The mighty fleet feared across the galaxy was now chaos itself. Even now, the humans did not fire more than necessary. One strike was enough. The aliens could not understand what had happened, only that their armada was breaking apart. The first strike was over in seconds. The effect would last for hours. One human ship. One perfect attack. The alien armada was crippled. And Captain Rook smiled faintly. "They came for Earth," he said quietly. "They will never reach it." The war had begun, and already humanity was winning. The alien armada was falling apart. Ships drifted like debris through space. Engines flared, shields flickered, and weapons fired at nothing. Confusion spread through every vessel. The fleet that had once been a perfect machine was now chaos itself. On the flagship Void Tyrant, the commander's face was pale. How can one ship do this?" he shouted. "Our sensors fail." An officer replied, "It appears everywhere and nowhere." The aliens had no idea where the attacks came from. Every calculation, every prediction they made was useless. Their fleet, built to conquer, was now crippled by a single human ship. On the human ship's silent resolve, Captain Elias Rook watched every movement of the armada. Every misstep, every misfire had been planned. Every reaction was expected. "They are losing themselves," Rook said quietly to his crew. "Let them continue. We do not act until the time is perfect." The signal pulsed again. The aliens thought they saw multiple human ships. Some ships tried to chase shadows. Others fired blindly, wasting weapons and energy. The armada staggered. Formation was gone. Panic spread. "Commander!" An officer yelled. "The fleet is collapsing. We cannot control them." The commander slammed his claw on the console, but it was useless. The humans had predicted every move. The alien ships had no way to recover. On silent resolve, the young officer asked, "Sir, it's only one ship. How can it control all of them?" Rook's eyes remained on the screens. "One ship, one signal. That is all humans need." The alien armada had no leader. Orders contradicted each other. Ships collided. Engines failed. Communications broke down. Fear spread faster than any weapon could fire. The human ship remained invisible, untouchable, and perfectly in control. The battlefield belonged to them. Chaos had spread across the galaxy. The aliens were powerless. And humanity waited, ready to strike again whenever necessary. One signal had thrown an entire armada into fear. The galaxy had learned, silently and painfully, that humans fight smart, patient, and deadly. And it all began with one ship. The alien armada was finished. Ships drifted aimlessly through space. Engines failed. Shields flickered. Weapons fired at nothing. Confusion reigned. The fleet that had once threatened entire worlds was broken, crippled, and powerless. On the human ship's silent resolve, Captain Elias Rook watched the final readings. Every strike had hit its mark. Every reaction of the alien fleet had been predicted. Not a single human life had been lost. Not one shot wasted. A young officer spoke softly, awe in her voice. "Sir, it's done. One ship, one signal, and they're all gone." Rook nodded. "Yes, one ship, one signal. That is all humans ever need," he said quietly. The remaining alien ships fled in disorder. No one reached Earth. The humans had ended the threat far away from their home. No planet had been touched. No lives unnecessarily risked. Rook turned to his crew. "Record everything," he said. "Every reaction. Every strike. Let the galaxy remember what humans can do." The young officer asked, "Sir, Why not destroy them all completely? Rook shook his head. No, we do not fight to destroy without reason. We fight to end the fight. We do not bring war to our home. Across the galaxy, whispers spread. Humans were no longer seen as weak or primitive. One small ship, with a single signal and precise strikes, had thrown the most powerful armada in the galaxy into chaos. Reports reached alien homeworlds. Confusion, panic, and fear. One human ship had controlled hundreds of vessels without being seen. The final lesson was clear. Humans are silent. Humans are precise. Humans are deadly. And from the quiet bridge of silent resolve, Captain Rook smiled faintly. They came for Earth, he said. They never even saw it. And now they never will. The war was over. And humanity had already won quietly, perfectly, and completely.